Hello everyone, and welcome to my B&B Gossips update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ivy vs. Daphne, Eric's choice, an unexpected confidant. There will be spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may anticipate Eric Forrester making a choice in the upcoming episode. Ivy Forrester is caught by Daphne Rose engaging in questionable behavior. Additionally, Electra Forrester probably confides in someone about her relationship issues. Find out what will happen next in the CBS soap drama by reading on. Let's begin with Eric, who must make a significant choice. To help Katie Logan Spencer get off the ground, the man offered to be her main designer. Regretfully, Eric appears to be under too much stress due to Bill Spencer's demand. It makes sense that Donna Logan Forrester would like him to change his mind. But Eric isn't the kind of man who breaks promises. Eric will face pressure from others besides Donna to cease creating designs for Katie. Ridge Forrester keeps pushing for his father to return to Forrester Creations. Ridge will so persist in his efforts to persuade his father to return. Is this merely because Bill is involved, or does he truly want that? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan Forrester informed Katie that Eric was no longer designing for her. But according to Eric, no one is making choices on his behalf. I see Ridge caving in to his father's demands. But I see Brooke attempting to undermine Katie's work. Ultimately, Brooke has always valued Ridge more than her own family. The blonde appears to find it intolerable that Katie could succeed. Brooke won't have to do anything if Katie is really going to bomb. It says volumes that she is so fixated on it. Lastly, we have Electra and Will Spencer. Electra intensifies her demand despite Will's desire for her return. Ivy is working to prevent Will and Electra from getting back together in the interim. Ivy can actually be seen searching through a pocketbook in a preview footage. Daphne occurs to notice at that point and inquires as to her whereabouts. Ivy tells Daphne to be quiet rather than respond. Ivy is truly becoming a villain, isn't she? What is the plot thread you are most excited to follow? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Does Eric's return to Forrester Creations leave Logan in danger? The audience anticipated that Eric would map Logan. He consented to serve as Katie's principal designer for her inaugural collection. However, it can all change now that the truth is out. In a Soaps.com interview, John McCook hinted to Eric's future. He and his son Ridge were at odds and Ridge pushed him out of Forrester Creations. But the father-son team will mend their strained bond by the end of the week. The two will be having talks and apologizing to one another, McCook clarified. It won't happen right away. There is still a great deal of work to be done. Eric won't be going back to Forrester Creations anytime soon, McCook said. It will be on his terms if that is the case. Ridge will be forced to accept his father's demands. He came to the realization that he could no longer make his own decisions. McCook was clueless about the direction of this plot. He revealed that they turned the page very quickly, which would mean that Eric and Katie's partnership is over. This implies that she won't have a primary designer. She had to start over. Eric, on the other hand, will prefer to make his own decisions. Does that imply he'll keep creating designs for Katie? Or does this imply that he will eventually rejoin FC? There are other people whose futures are uncertain besides Eric's. Logan is also in limbo. Katie might not have a lead designer as a result. Will she need to think twice before collaborating with Deke, Harrison Cohn? Ivy wants to be in charge of Electra's romantic life, but why? Electra tries to work for Forrester Creations but is unable to do so. Ivy tried to console her niece, but her expression told it all. She can't even concentrate on the new bangles since she can't believe she broke up with Will. She was relieved that their romance was over. Since Liam, Scott Clifton, rejected her for Hope, she has never been a fan of the Spencer males. Ivy advised her niece to return home and gather herself. When she gets back to work, she can concentrate on the jewelry line. Electra was unable to accept that it was their demise. She merely did what she had to do, Ivy told her. Will and Dylan, she claimed, were the ones who weren't proper. Electra was reminded by Ivy that he had previously let her down. One could argue that Will wasn't at fault when Luna took advantage of him while intoxicated. Ivy, however, continues to hold that view. Electra isn't entirely certain that she made the best choice. As she didn't make the choice. She solely supported her aunt, who believed that ending her relationship with Will was the best course of action. He's been phoning Elektra, pleading for her to take him back. She's upset, and he shouldn't blame her. Elektra was reassured by Ivy that she had done nothing wrong. Ivy was appreciated by Elektra for attempting to keep her safe. However, why does Ivy have the last word in Elektra's romantic life? Is it because she doesn't have any parents? Doesn't she deserve the last word? Does Ivy want Elektra to be miserable because she is so sad herself? When Elektra first got to Los Angeles, she had no one to turn to. She now has a strong support system of family and friends. Ivy has tried to control Elektra's life by taking advantage of her kindness. At the Forrester Creations showroom, Will met Elektra. He acknowledged that he had been missing her lately. Elektra acknowledged how much she disliked being separated from him. Ivy overheard their chat in the interim. Ivy was allegedly attempting to destroy their relationship, according to Will. However, Elektra's mind continued to replay Ivy's comments. She issued an ultimatum to Will. She shouted, "It's Dylan or me," without considering Dylan's circumstances. Dylan was living out of her car and on the streets. However, Elektra no longer gives a damn about her health. Despite her aunt's disapproval, she only wants Will back. Does Brooke's order for Katie to leave Fashion House put an end to their sister feud? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan Forrester will continue to be hurt by Katie Logan Spencer's most recent betrayal. Hope Logan Spencer has been concerned about the potential destruction of whatever remains of Brooke and Katie's relationship. When Katie chose to take the Logan name and stole it from Brooke, the tension was already severe. But in Brooke's opinion, Katie has gone too far this time with all of this drama around Eric Forrester's designer. Brooke may make a demand now that she's tired of it, which would make Katie very angry. If Katie wants to preserve their relationship as siblings, Brooke might even go so far as to pressure her to leave her new fashion house. Brooke might give Katie a deadline and pressure her to decide what is more important. If Katie loses her own sister, is she truly willing to pursue a fashion house that might not succeed? Brooke might advise Katie to acknowledge that everything has gone wrong since Bill Spencer gave her this fashion house. Brooke may contend that Katie can achieve her goals by returning to Forrester Creations and focusing on her strengths in public relations. Brooke may acknowledge that she is sick of this Logan argument and that she misses having Katie around the office. Brooke might caution that their relationship might be irreparably harmed if Katie presses the issue. Fans of B&B are aware that Hope has been terrified of that very thing, and Donna Logan Forrester may acknowledge that she shares her fear. It's simple to see Donna playing a significant role in attempting to mend Brooke and Katie's relationship. Eric will return to Forrester Creations soon after the fashion feud tale has already ended. After Eric leaves, will Katie return there, or at the very least abandon this fashion house? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Katie will have to make some difficult choices and break some important news about Logan's future. After Katie and Bill's devastating designer loss, Eric returns to Forrester Creations. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric Forrester is set to undergo yet another significant career transition. In the coming months, Eric will eventually step off the emotional roller coaster and return to his starting point. With that ambush at the retirement celebration, Ridge Forrester pushed Eric out the Forrester door. It makes sense that Ridge's actions hurt Eric and made him feel degraded. Ridge made an effort to correct his error and persuade Eric to rejoin the company, but at the moment it was too little, too late. Rather, Eric seized the opportunity to attempt something new at Logan and demonstrate his ability to turn Katie Logan Spencer's Heather Tom fashion firm into a major player in the market. But now that Eric has experienced another medical episode, and Ridge is aware of the truth, things have shifted. It's clear to everyone that Eric is upset, anxious, and devastated by the way things have turned out. Eric truly wants to be able to create at Forrester Creations and make his own decisions without feeling like Ridge is in charge of everything. Spoilers indicate that's what this plot is presently developing to. Eric is headed to Forrester, even though he won't start working there right away. Ridge is aware that Eric is still skilled and has more to offer the fashion industry because he appeared to be sincerely fascinated by his sketching even after learning of his betrayal. All that has to be done is strike the correct balance and ensure that Eric doesn't jeopardize his health. Eric himself needs to realize that he cannot kill himself to make a point. Ridge will be more determined to put this right, and find a solution now that he understands how deeply he has wronged his father. Eric will also want that, but he will also want to feel in control of his own life going forward. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric will eventually return to Forrester Creations, meaning Katie and Bill Spencer will have to cope with losing their star designer. Like Luna, Elektra is becoming equally evil. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, if any of this sounds familiar, it is. This is due to the fact that Elektra Forrester appears to be just as nasty as Luna Nozawa, if not more so. The reason for this is because Elektra appears to be losing her mind due to Will Spencer's excessive intimacy with Dylan. Additionally, some viewers of the show believe that Elektra is being overly spiteful, even though she has every right to be angry, because she and Will were in a serious relationship. She would prefer to make everyone's lives miserable than simply ending things with Will and letting him be with Dylan. Because, if you understand what we mean, she will never give Dylan something that she believes is hers. On social media, fans obviously had a lot to say about it. When it came to other girls, she had never trusted Will since the start of their relationship. She makes snap judgments and holds him accountable for circumstances that were misinterpreted. Will deserves better, wrote a different critic. He and Dylan should get closer, I hope. They are more alike than he and Elektra were. He doesn't deserve a girlfriend who wouldn't make snap judgments, hold him accountable for actions he didn't plan to take, and be kind and considerate to others. Additionally, this statement was made. It's not surprising that Elektra didn't pay much attention to Will. Elektra made it all about herself after Luna raped him, and he attempted to speak with her. At least Dylan listened and showed empathy when Will told her about that encounter. Having said that, fans of The Bold and the Beautiful will just need to watch every day to see what happens next.